Hi guys, welcome back to the Quants Question of the Day 9. Or in today's video, in today's lesson, I'm going through another important question, good quality question. These kind of questions and these kind of steps are required very often in all aptitude exams. And this is a question again from the number systems chapter per se, but it's actually a cross-functional question. It requires a little bit of understanding of permutation combination also. Although you can do this completely on number systems also. लेकिन अगर permutation combination भी आता है तो it would actually be a better thing to or an easier question to solve. And this is a feature of a lot of questions in aptitude exams these days, that you have cross-functional questions which keep coming all the time. So I would want you to try to solve this question first. How many three-digit even numbers can you form such that if one of the digits is 5, the following digit must be 7. So I would like you to stop the video and try to solve this on your own, and then we'll have a look at this question. How many three-digit even numbers can you form such that if one of the digits is 5, the following digit must be 7? How many three-digit even numbers can you form such that if one of the digits is 5, the following digits must be 7? So we are talking about three-digit even numbers, right? Now, and the condition is very clear. If one of the digits is 5, the following digit must be 7. But this condition is only applied if one of the digits is 5. And the core principle here is basically we are looking to count three-digit even numbers. We are looking to count three-digit even numbers. So three-digit even numbers start with 100, 102. There is no problem in these numbers. The question just tells me one condition. The condition is if one of the digits is 5, the following digit must be 7. But if one of the digits is not 5, there's no constraint. So I need to work on all these numbers. So how do you solve a question like this then? So you try to see, okay, 100, 102, 104, 106, no problems. Every number can be counted. The problem happens only if one of the digits is 5. Then the following digit must be 7. So when you think of a three-digit even number, one of the digits can be 5 if this digit is 5. One of the digits can be 5 if this digit is 5. And one of the digits is 5 if this digit is 5. In general, for a three-digit number, a 5 can appear in any one of these three digits. But since we are talking about three-digit even numbers, this is ruled out. Because if a number is ending in 5, it's not an even number. So if you come to this, the condition says that if one of the digits is 5, the following digit has to be 7. So if I put a 5 here, I'm forced to put a 7 here, and then it's no longer an even number. So this is also removed. So the only point at which so there will be no numbers like this. And the only point at which this will work will be if one of the digits is 5 here, in the first digit, then the numbers should be starting with 5, 7, and whatever 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 can all come in there. So what I realize then is that, or what I should realize in terms of the pattern, is that the hundreds from 100 to 198 will go all uninterrupted except for the 150s. That is what I should be able to visualize. Because if I go to 150, I can't take 0, because a 5 will mean a 7 following it. So basically in this series of 100 to 198, there are 50 numbers. You use progressions. Whenever you have a series like this, use progressions. The difference between the first and last term, 98, divided by the step 2 plus 1. There are 50 numbers in this, out of which 150, 152, 154, 156 and 158 do not have to be counted. So from 50 numbers, in the hundreds to 198, you're going to be left with 45 numbers. So how many such series are going to be there? What happens in the hundreds will also happen in the 200s. So when you start from 200 and go all the way to 298, There are 50 numbers here, but you'll have to subtract 5 numbers to make it 45 because the numbers in the 250s will all disappear. So hundreds में 45 है, 200s में 45 है, 300s will also have 45, 300s will also have 45, 400s will have 45, 500s will have only 5. We'll come back to 500s. But if I look at 100s, 200s, 300s, 400s, 600s, 700s, 800s and 900s, each of those hundreds will have 45 numbers, and since there are 8 of them, 45 into 8 gives me 360, right? 45 into 8 gives me 360, and apart from that, if I go into the 500s, if I go into the 500s, in the 500s I've got only 5 numbers because with a 5 I'm forced to use a 7, and number of even numbers we're starting with the 5 7 will be 5 more, 576 and 578. So 5 here, 45 into 8, 360 plus 5. So the correct answer to this question is 365. So I hope you enjoyed this video and this lesson, and hence the correct answer option here is option C. So those of you looking for a CAT training course or an aptitude training course can consider Mindworks. Although currently we are not really doing too much of UPSC or banking and SSC programs, but we are definitely going to have a plan for it. And also those of you preparing for IPMAT and DUJAT, etc., the +2 entrances to either the IIMs or CLAT. If you are looking at these videos, you will get this quality of teaching and training in our courses. So if you are wanting to look at those, if you are looking at joining a coaching, do consider Mindworks for either CAT or those IPMAT, DUJAT kind of courses. And we'll be coming up with courses on other exams, because a lot of people keep messaging me about courses for UPSC and banking, etc. So we'll get it slowly, gradually. We have a very strong belief at Mindworks, कि कुछ करना है तो अच्छे से करो, नहीं तो मत करो. So we'll only come into those products when we can fully commit our energies and our resources to that. So I'll see you then, and I'll come back with more on this series very soon. Bye bye.